It's like when you're in your teenage years or when you're just starting of your career, you want to enjoy life. And now I realize why your parents say, save money, save money, save money. I've seen a lot of my friends in the industry today who have not taken life seriously when they were at their peak, and today they are struggling. So I would just want to tell all the newcomers, start saving at the right time. When you start off your career, start saving. It will make a huge difference when you reach your 30s or 40s or 50s.
Content strategizing and Bollywood choreography are the careers up for discussion on today's podcast. Our guest today is a dancer, Bollywood dance choreographer and actor. He became famous after choreographing many performances on the TV reality show named Jhalak Dikhla Jaa for 5 seasons consecutively. He receives his Bollywood dance inspiration from stars such as Govinda, Jitendra, Mithun, etc. While growing up, he used to dance in church and other small functions. In today's episode, we talk about his beliefs, the behind the scenes of Bollywood choreography, and his recent association with Dance with Madhuri as the head of content strategy. It is my pleasure to introduce Savio Barnes in today's podcast and discuss with him the journey of his job. Without any further ado, let's dive into the podcast. Just quickly hit that subscribe button and let me know below in the comments whom would you like to see next on the Career Show. Hi, Savio. Welcome onto the Career Show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and being with us today for this conversation. Super excited to have you.
Hey Trishank, how are you doing?
Pretty well, pretty well. How about yourself?
Very good.
Well, like I said, thank you so much for taking time out on a Sunday afternoon. And let's get right into it. So I was reading this article about you online in which it mentioned that your family usually got into the banking industry and you were the first one who got into the arts and entertainment industry. So, first, is that correct? And if it is, how did that transformation take place from having this investment banking family culture to going into arts and entertainment?
It's kind of true. I'm the first one from my family, if you say so. I mean, my past generations, I don't know who's been in this industry. So I can proudly say that I'm the first one from my family to come in the film line or in this industry. Yeah, it was very difficult to get in initially. When I started off, I'm talking about 15, 20 years back. There was no internet. Nobody knew what a dancing career is. As a choreographer, there was no word choreographer. There was something like a master G or a dance master or a dancer. Dancer is still there, but then the word choreographer actually came into picture from the reality shows, what you see nowadays. And thanks to choreographer Saroj, the late choreographer Saroj, she got actually the word choreographer on camera and into the film industry. Before that, it was only Master G. So yeah, to tell you, my brother is a software engineer, and for me to get into this was a bit challenge. Yeah, but then I want to say the talent which I had, the that got me here.
Mhm.
I used to participate in you have these Ganpati festivals in your colony. So I used to participate where there used to be dance competition. In my church there used to be events where they used to have dance competitions. I used to just go and participate in schools. In school I was very good at cultural activities, so acting, beat acting, dancing. So I used to always be there. And sports was my number one thing. So I used to play judo. So I'm a judo black belt. I've done 15 years of judo. So I used to play for Maharashtra A team and stuff like that. So yeah, totally into sports and cultural activities. And that's what got me into Mitibai College. So, and Mitibai College is known for the cultural activity college, where you have the acting, the dance, and everything. So, yeah, during college days, we used to participate in different college events, inter-college events, and for those events, that time we used to have Farah Khan and Sajid that come to judge the competition. And there, Sajid Khan actually, he came up to the whole team he came up to me and he told me, why don't you dance professionally? I mean, you dance very well and you have that spark in you. And that time we were like, yaar, ye kya bol raha hai, kya hai ye? So I never knew the concept of professional dancing. So I had a friend of mine who was my senior, her name was Kunjan, and she suggested me, why don't you do a professional show, and you'll get paid for it. And I was like, paid for it? Wow. And I mean, during college days, we used to get like 50 rupees, pocket money for a week.
Mhm.
So usme se hi chalao, like bus and rickshaw, whatever it is.
Mhm.
So I did one show for this choreographer called Jasmine, and there I mean my first payment I remember was somewhere around 1,500, and that was like
Wow.
a big thing, talking about
100%.
15 years back. I mean, I was like, wow, this is something great.
Mhm.
And that's how it all started. And I used to do different shows, and then from one team to the other, one group to the other, it
Mhm.
started. And I mean,
That's how your
it's been
journey
15
began.
years I've been as a choreographer.
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks to the reality shows. So
I mean, I will get to the reality shows, but since you mentioned late Saroji, I mean, she was an inspiration. She is an inspiration, in fact,
yes,
to dancers, choreographers, but
yes.
also to the general public who are just watching her dance. Did you ever have the opportunity to meet her? And if yes, how was that interaction for you?
Yes, I mean I've met her a lot of times. My first meeting was, I remember, during Jhalak when I participated my first season. Uh, Hardcore was my partner, and Saroji was the judge. I mean, I've always before that I had always seen her on television, and I knew she is very strict. Where technicality is concerned of dance style, she is very strict. But my first act in front of her, we were a great hit. I mean, that act I got somewhere around 28 of 30, and she was super impressed with my choreography. And that first moment she liked me, and that was it. I mean, but then a first impression is the best impression. So yeah, I mean, she was very loving, to the point. She used to not chadav you, or she used to not say कि अरे तुम बहुत अच्छे हो, if you're not good. If you're bad, then she used to be like, actually like a mother. She used to tell us your mistakes, and that's how we improve. So yeah, I mean, I've worked with her a couple of times, so it's always a learning from her. Her technicality sense, her choreography sense is amazing. So that's why she's a legend here. I mean,
Well, I had to bring her up in this conversation because I think this is my way of paying her respect. So, I mean, I'm so glad to hear that. But talking about reality shows, talking about Jhalak Dikhla Jaa, you mentioned Jhalak Dikhla Jaa yourself. I mean, when I think about your career in Jhalak Dikhla Jaa, I think it was one of the most monumental moments for you. Is that correct? Do you
yes,
agree with me?
yes. Yes, that's true. I mean, before Jhalak, I had done Nach Baliye, but Nach Baliye was like a choreographer where I had artists who were on screen. I used to be there sitting and taking the good deeds and also the bad. I mean, if the artist is doing good, the
Mhm.
choreographer used to praise, judges used to praise. If the artist is doing bad, then we used to get totally bajawed, that way. But yeah, Jhalak was actually where you're dancing with an artist.
Mhm.
And till date, I'm the only choreographer to be on Jhalak for 5 consecutive seasons,
Exactly.
back to back.
Mhm.
So that was an achievement. And plus, I've been always got tough competitors, if you say, So, yep, I mean, to mold them, to take them till the finals was a challenge. And I mean, out of 5 seasons, in 3 seasons, I've gone to like top four and top three,
Correct. Mhm.
So it was fun. And Jhalak, yeah, I mean, has been
Mhm.
a main part of my life, my
Mhm.
dancing life. Yeah.
Well, we all know that it was monumental. You said it. I know it. Online interviews say it.
Yes.
But did you expect Jhalak Dikhla Jaa to affect your life in such a big way? Did you expect Jhalak to skyrocket your career in the field of choreography and dance?
Not until I met the great comedian Bharti Singh.
Mhm.
My first season was with Hardcore. It was good. I mean, people started knowing me as an individual choreographer. I went on till the finals. Then my second season was with Mahi Vij. She's a television actress, and with her also, she was a complete non-dancer. And with her hard work, we both went till top four. And third season, and it's true what you see on television. You actually come to know who your partner is on that day itself. Actually, it's been shot that way, where we don't know as choreographers, we don't know, yaar, aaj ye season मेरा partner कौन होने वाला है. It's a surprise to her. And the same way the channel had kept a surprise to me also. I mean, the moment I saw Bharti walking in that room, when I first met her, and I was like, career khatam. Either ही career khatam, But she was such a sport and such a hard-working uh, actress. The first thing she said, "Ki, Savio, I'm open to your choreography. Let's have fun, and let's see till where we go." That was it. I mean, her dedication and her commitment to work is extraordinary. So that's what took us till the end, and that was the most memorable season, I should say, for me in Jhalak. Because of that season, the entire world started knowing who Savio Barnes is. So yeah, after that, wherever I should travel, especially in America and all, so there people used to actually tell me on the streets when I used to walk, "Arey, ye to Bharti Singh ka choreographer hai Savio." Before this, it was only ye iska choreographer hai, ye iska choreographer hai. After Bharti's episode, they actually started calling me out from my name. So that was a big achievement.
I want to get into Bollywood choreography, but just before that, when you get a tough artist, I mean, someone who is not that well versed with the field of dance, it can feel as a challenge to teach someone who's not well versed. How did you take that opportunity? Because I mean, being in the field of dance, when you're choreographing someone, every time you're not going to get the best of artists who know how to dance, who knows all the moves, right? So, how do you tackle that challenge?
See, when you get a very good artist who is very good at dancing, it's like an added advantage for a choreographer. You start thinking extraordinary. I mean, you start thinking, ये भी कर सकता हूँ मैं, वो भी कर सकता हूँ. I can do any dance styles I want. But the main challenge is when you get a non-dancer who can't dance. That's when you actually start thinking now what to do. What I do is normally when I get artists who are non-dancers, I start working around their plus points rather than thinking, "अरे यार मेरे से अभी ये क्या करूँ?" I start working around them. Like that's what I did with Bharti. I mean, with Bharti, I said, "Bharti, show me what you can do." So, I mean, I should just play on the music and I should just tell her, "You dance. You just dance as if no one's watching you." So, the moment she used to go berserk, I used to remove those good movements out of her body, which looks good on her. And that's how I started creating choreography around her plus points, which looks good on her. With Bharti, what I did is the first 25 days, I never thought of choreography. I just worked on her flexibility, her stretching, and I started knowing her plus points in the 25 days. What is the advantage of using Bharti? So that is what played actually for me. That is what took us till the finals. And then every episode I should just place those moments. अरे भारत तूने ये किया तो ना अभी ये एपिसोड में ये कर वो किया तूने ये डाल. So it's just placing with my choreography, with my ideas. And she's a very hard working woman. So that's what we did. I worked around her advantages and it was fun.
No, I think that is just amazing. I think that is some great advice to all those young folks out there as well who want to choreograph in the future as well. But talking about Bollywood, I mean, you have spent your entire life, almost majority of your career with Bollywood actors and actresses. What is the actual behind the scenes of Bollywood choreography?
Yes, I mean, to come where Bollywood is concerned, I mean, it's like for us choreographers, we need to have this chip. Nowadays on your phone you get memory card. So for us, it's like we should have a memory card of अच्छा reality show का memory card डालो पीछे एक certain point of choreography करना पड़ता है. मूवी कोरियोग्राफी ये चिप निकालो, मूवी कोरियोग्राफी का चिप डालो अंदर, because the entire scenario changes when you're choreographing for a movie. You've got to choreograph per second. You need to think in camera point of view. When you choreograph for a reality show, it's that 2 minutes ka choreography continues you need to think of. When you're choreographing for a stage show, it's that entire 1 hour ka concept you need to think of. As a choreographer, you need to think differently for different aspects. Bollywood is concerned, what you all see a 3 minute or 2 minute song on television, we take close to minimum 2 days to a 10 days to shoot one song, and it's not easy to make an actor look amazing. I mean, it is a lot of hard work from the choreographer's point of view, from the actor's point of view, from the cameraman's point of view. When you watch a Bollywood choreography, it's also important how well the song is shot. It's not only the dance choreography. It can be just a simple movement of 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I 1, 2, 3, 4, if the camera is straight, it'll just look this. But if I move the camera, or if I pan it from right to left, or I zoom in, zoom out, that's the trick of a Bollywood choreography when you do it. So as a choreographer, you need to think in every aspect when you choreograph. Plus, the actor has to match steps with the dancers. Dancers are amazing dancers, obviously background dancers. But the actor is not as good as, so you need to match them together. Actors are so busy, they don't give you time for rehearsal. They are there on the day of the set. They're like, okay, teach me before the take. So a lot of things goes behind it. I'll tell you an example. I was shooting with Akshay Kumar sir for the movie Toilet Ek Prem Ka Tha. Toilet Ka Jugaad was the song. So the director called me and saying, ki, I want you to choreograph for Akshay Kumar sir, and only if your choreography is liked by Akshay Kumar sir, then you're doing this song. So I was like, okay. And but the challenge was, he said, I won't give you the song. You've got to just listen the song, choreograph with your dancers, record, give me like 3 to 4 options. Then go and show it to Akshay Kumar sir. If he likes it, you're doing the song. So I was like, okay. So I heard the track. The director was very sweet. He said, you take 1 or 2 hours, but I won't give you the song. You need to listen. So I heard the track, and the dhun yaad rakha maine. Then I called my dancers. I shot 4 different versions of the same song. Then next day, I mean, Akshay Kumar sir being, early riser. So the meeting was like 7 in the morning. So I had to go to the studio to meet him, and he was like, "Acha." But again, here what I did is I worked around Akshay Kumar's taste. I knew what he likes as an actor. If you watch all his dance choreographies, he has a lot of action to it. Being an action artist, actor. So I choreographed in such a way there was full action into it. There were certain kicks and all that, and that's what he liked. Of course, I gave him 3, 4 options, and that's what he liked. I mean, he just saw that, and in like 2 minutes, he said, "Great, I like this, and I give you." And again, the director told me, "Akshay Kumar sir will only give you 1 day to shoot." And I was like, "Yeah, 3 minute ka gana, 1 day. It's like next to impossible with dancers, everything." And he said he has to fly to London and stuff like that, and so he's only there till 6 o'clock. And shooting with Akshay Kumar, everything is on time. You know, if you say the shoot starts at 9 o'clock, bang on 9 o'clock he's on set, and 6 o'clock he's off set. So you've got to be ready. But thanks to Akshay Kumar sir, I mean, he liked the choreography. So he told the director, tell Savio ki I'll come the next day also. And he gave me the second day. So he gave me good 2 days, and we shot this song in second day. So I was very happy that way. I mean, if he likes you, I mean, then that freedom is there.
While Bollywood choreographies sound as fancy as they are, and the work that goes into it is simply amazing. I mean, there are challenges that you face when you're choreographing Bollywood songs. And I want to make sure that these budding choreographers are aware about these challenges. Do you want to talk about a few challenges of Bollywood choreographies?
Yes, I would like to tell all the upcoming choreographers before choreographing a Bollywood movie, you need to be very strong in your camera angles. You need to know camera very well. Visualize your song. The edit point, at least 80% of your edit should be in your head. Ki if you hear a song, what the end product should look like, and then if there's a storyline to a song, do justice to that storyline, you know, and make your actor and actress look good. Concentrate on that. I mean, they are the highlight of the song, so make them look good. Very important is know your camera angles. I mean, if you go there as a good choreographer and if you don't know where to place your camera, director will be like, "Hello, you're choreographing this song. You should know it's your vision." Then that will be a minus point for you. So always learn. I mean, till date, I always learn. Right now, thanks to internet, you have so much of things to see, to take inspiration from. And one main important I want to tell these new choreographers is don't copy exact thing. मतलब आपने इधर इंटरनेट पे देखा ये चीज और यही चीज आप इधर दिखा रहे हो, then it's no use. I mean, take inspiration from certain things, but use your creativity.
While those are some great advices, what I also want to ask you is, you mentioned that you only got a day or 2 days to make that entire song happen. On the other hand, you were asked by the director that we won't be giving you the song, and you need to prepare 3 to 4 versions within
Yes.
as soon as possible and make sure that Akshay Kumar sir likes it. With that being said, how do you deal with the pressure of Bollywood? I mean, while this is the honest facts about the job, how do you deal with that pressure?
See, you've got to be positive. Eh? There'll be a lot of people to pull you down or say, "अरे ये नहीं होगा यार, तेरे से नहीं होगा." Just go ahead, what your heart tells you, and just do it. Pressure. I mean, in today's world, there is pressure and stress in each and every career you choose or whatever you do. Pressure कहाँ नहीं है. You need to prove yourself, right? Uh, I mean, till date, even if I'm doing a song tomorrow, that stress is always there. And that stress should be there to do a good job. That's very important. Otherwise, if you are overconfident of certain things, you will mess up the work. So it's very important.
No, I completely agree with you because I think being anxious and being stressful is a way of our mind to just prepare us for something that you can't expect, right? So it's preparing you for the
Yes.
most unexpected part of life. And I think you just need to be confident, not overconfident, like you mentioned.
I feel you should always challenge your own self. What best can you do from your previous shoot? This is what I've learned from Son Nigam. I choreograph his live concerts. It's been 10 years. I've been working with him. What I've learned from him is 10 years I must have done close to 500 shows, but every show, he has this habit of he calls the entire team to his room, green room, before the show, the musicians, the choreographer, and he just tells one thing: forget your last show, it was good, this show should be better than your last show. Just go all out, prove yourself. So that is what is everybody should follow. Just give in your best shot, just do something better than what you've done. So that will take you forward.
While that's an amazing journey of yours with Bollywood, I just wanted to change gears and talk about your new career, which is content strategizing with Dance with Madhuri. So
Yes.
you've been working with Dance with Madhuri for a long while, but recently you associated and took on the role of head of content strategy. You want to talk a little about what the role entails? What do you exactly do?
Yes, I mean, my association with Madhuri Ma'am is been like as a fan. It started as a fan. I mean, when I was a kid, it was Madhuri Dixit and Govinda. I mean, they were the only two artists who were like, wow, the hardcore fan. Because of them, I've started dancing, and that as a fan movement, it started building. And I saw her on as a judge in front of me during Jhalak Dikhla Jaa. And I remember when it was the first season and my second season Jhalak, she was a judge and she was in love with my curly hair. Every episode she used to come and play with my curly hair and stuff like that. And that's when I met her husband, Dr. Nene. So and he had this concept in mind. I remember him telling me he wants to do something online, with choreographers teaching online. And I'm talking about 2012. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, what is this online dancing? I mean, you're everything now. Today's world is teaching each other in front of you. There's dance classes happening, and what is this fellow talking about? Online dance. But yeah, I mean, his vision, Dr. Nene's vision was like amazing. I mean, in 2013, he initiated this with Madhuri ma'am. So both of them started this dance with Madhuri. So the whole concept was all the choreographers or main upcoming choreographers will teach online so that the entire world could come online and learn choreography of songs. And my association with Dance with Madhuri started from there, where whenever I used to be free or in India so I used to do classes, online classes. I used to go and record and they used to shoot and so on and off. In a year I used to do close to 2 to 3 series classes I used to do for them. And in between, yeah, I used to meet Madhuri ma'am in this show or that show, so that the thing was there. And during this pandemic, I mean, सब घर पे बैठे हैं, what to do, क्या करते, कुछ करते. So I got a call from the office saying कि they are looking out for live classes. Since I was taking live workshops from home, so they asked me कि, will you take live workshops for DWM, Dance with Madhuri? So I said, yeah, of course, why not? Karke. So I gave him certain ideas how to do it and this and that. And that's when Dr. Nene was like very impressed with me. And he just threw an idea last year saying, Ki, why don't you join us? And you've got good ideas. You come up with some crazy stuff. Why don't you join a team and convincingly give us ideas, be on board. And so we're like, okay, I mean, I love the team and big fan of Madhuri ma'am, so why not? And so last year was the beginning of it. I mean, in October I actually joined them officially, and I direct all their online videos. So all the new choreographers, I get them on board and strategizing new stuff, what to do, what not to do, what is good dance point of. I mean, I'm the only choreographer on board right now as a content strategist. So it's a great experience. Now we're exploring different countries. We're doing something for America this coming month. So it's going global now.
I'm super excited for that. I mean,
Yes.
Dr. Nene's vision from back in 2012 makes perfect sense in 2021 because, I mean, it's the only way to go forward now.
Yes, and we were the only company during lockdown where we were like going busy, man. I mean, because of we had so much of bank with us, the online content. We already had so much of online content where people actually started watching. That's how he said, people are actually watching. Thing is growing up. So why don't you join us and take it more further? I was like, I would love to.
And I mean, even I'm a fan of Madhuri ma'am. I mean, who isn't? And I hope she watches a bit of this clip as well, maybe.
Yes, why not?
But I mean, in terms of strategizing content, what steps do you follow? Like you mentioned that you're directing the online choreographies, you bring on choreographers on board. What are one or two steps on how you plan your vision with strategizing?
What I'm trying to do is getting these new choreographers on board who are super talented. I mean, I'm telling you, these new choreographers have come up with different dance styles, which I've never learned. These new youngsters, they're amazing. They go on the internet, they go for workshops, and they come up with a lot of new styles. So I'm trying to get these dance styles on board so that people in a remote village in India has the access to come online and learn these dance styles. I mean, we people living in Bombay, Delhi, the metro cities, they have the advantage of internet. You can go on the internet and learn the dance. But I mean, there are a lot of hidden talents in entire India. I mean, remote villages and all, who they watch things on the mobile, but there is no proper guidance. They just watch. I mean, YouTube dekha and it's just a video they see. But technicality wise, they don't know what it is. So it's very important to teach them dancing with proper technique, proper guidance. That is what I've got on board right now. I've changed the way we used to shoot the entire videos, dance videos. I made it much easier so that any person sitting at home, any age group, will understand what is happening and will learn. And we are getting good response. We are getting good response from all over India. There are kids saying ki it's very easy to learn, and we've told them ki moment you learn something, upload, send it to us. So we replied to them. So every Saturday I have online meeting with fans all over India. So they just come up with questions and I answer to them. So all that I've started.
I mean, that's amazing to hear. And next, what I want to talk to you about, just in terms of strategizing. So, someone who is interested to strategize in the field of finance, strategize his own business. I mean, the strategizing aspect remains the same, whichever field it might be. What advice can you give people who want to get into strategizing?
Uh, I would just like to say ki don't uh, stop thinking less. Start creating stuff. Where even if you fail, no problem, but keep on creating new stuff, keep on giving new stuff. I mean, you fail in 10, but then your 11th try would succeed. So try on keeping doing new stuff. That's my only goal. So
No, I relate to that and I follow that mantra because I think it is important that students my age and even while you keep growing up, you keep on taking risk because that's the only way you learn. Failure is your biggest teacher. I mean, that's a cliche, but it's one of the best cliches that I've heard online, right? Failure is your biggest lesson. So probably the learnings from your first 10 failures will help you create a piece for your 11th one, whichever industry that might be. That is the one that helps you skyrocket through your career. But I mean, Savio, this has been an amazing podcast. I mean, we have touched on Bollywood, we have touched about reality shows, we have talked about your future with strategizing content. It's been simply amazing. I have one last question for you, and that is what is one advice you wish you had received before you started your career?
it's like when you're in your teenage years or when you're just starting of your career, you want to enjoy life, and I've enjoyed a lot. I've traveled the entire world and stuff like that. But yeah, I've spent a lot. I mean, now I realize why your parents say, save money, save money, save money. Now you realize that. So all you new upcoming choreographers or you budding people, start saving at the right time. When you start off your career, start saving. It will make a huge difference when you reach uh, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. I've seen a lot of my friends in the industry today, who have not taken life seriously when they were at their peak, and today they are struggling. They're actually struggling. So I would just want to tell all the newcomers, ki, do good work and save money and do the right work. That is more important. Do the right work, and success will just come to you.
I think that is a great note to end on. We've learned a lot from you today, and I think that is a great advice to end on. So thank you so much, Savio, for coming on to the Career Show. It's been lovely discussing the journey of your job.
Thanks, Tashank. See you.
I hope you enjoyed this week's career discussion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support means a lot.